We started our trip to Nashville last week with a visit to the American Picker Store, nice little place in Nashville, and we followed that up with a dinner show at the Nightlife Theater right up the road from there. Real nice place. Had a buffet that was tremendous. We were one of the first ones there, so we were the first through the line, and it was great. And they had really good musical show. It lasted over 2 hours. The next morning we went on a bus tour, actually called the Redneck Comedy Tour. It was both funny and really informative as we drove all around town. And then we went over to the Hat Show Print, which there they explained all about the printing presses and how they make the posters for the shows. And this is actually in the Hall of Fame. And then we walked down Broadway more than once during our stay, and you see all kinds of entertainment. Some of the musicians are just tremendous. One of the places that we went to for one of the dinners that was at B.B. King's Blues Club. Really nice place. Everybody was so friendly and the food was really good. And then we also visited Ryman Auditorium, and that evening we saw the Little Big Town concert. And we got to walk all around town, and we saw some of the big buildings and the Bridgestone Arena where the Predators play, and they have all kind of shows. The skyline in Nashville is really beautiful, some really interesting architecture there. And then we also took a tour of the Studio B, and that's where so many famous musicians have recorded. And Donna's sitting at a piano that actually Elvis Presley used. This is where he recorded a lot of his songs. And the tour guide was really very good. He must have had a photographic memory. He's spouting all these names off. And I'm pointing here to the sweet spot. This is what they consider the best place to stand to get the best sound for the recording. And this is the outside of the Country Music Hall of Fame right downtown. And of course we went in there for a while too. Then we drove up to the Parthenon, which is an exact replica. And that is a huge place, and we had trouble finding the doorway, but once we got inside, and see some big lady there. Let me tell you, it reaches all the way up to the top of the building. Really impressive, all painted in gold. Sunday morning we went to church right above Nashville and went to an all-Latin mass. The priest had a really good sermon, so that was nice. Then we drove downtown to the Omni Hotel, and we had our breakfast. Might have overdone it there a little bit with my sausage and grits and extra things. And during the day, we actually ended up that evening at the Bluebird Cafe, which was that's featured on the Nashville TV show. And we were lucky enough to get in and had a concert there. Really good. Then we went over to Lexington, Kentucky, and stayed there for a Monday morning to go on this horse farm tour. We actually were able to go right down to the racetrack here at the Keeneland. Our tour guide was actually a former jockey and horse trainer, so he had all kinds of stories to tell. And wow, the grounds, you can just see how beautiful everything is. And they make these special statues for some of the primary races, and the winners actually, I believe, get to keep them. And they put them out front in their yards and things like that. And that's our tour guide. He was a funny guy, but like I say, he was so interesting, telling us stories, driving us all over the place. This was still at the racetrack, and we had beautiful weather. It rained probably every evening or overnight, but every morning the sun was shining. It was beautiful. And they actually brought the horses up to us close and talked to us as they were training them, and just real nice people. They allowed us to pet them, as Donna's doing there. She's talking to that horse, and that's actually a barn on one of the farms. That's how great this place is. And then we saw the burial place of Seattle Slew, and that was at another farm, and then War Horse here. So it was just a fantastic vacation in Nashville, May 18th through the Monday after that. Great.